Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're actually going to be talking about a ton of utility grade tokens that I've been talking about here and there on this channel. A few that I've been talking about forever on this channel: XRP, Hbar. I've talked about Algorand going all the way back to when it was around 40 cents. I did a deep dive on it. We've been talking about QNT for a fairly long time. We're going to pretty much address all of them. We're going to be talking about some news as well as a lot of, pretty much speculation, if you will. So overall, let's just get into it. Let's talk about it, right? So the entire crypto market cap is up about 4.20%. 420, let's go. $2.23 trillion market cap. I don't even know if this is refreshed. Let's refresh it real quick. So this is fluctuating here and there. Nothing too crazy with that. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about a few assets, right? So first off, XRP is one of the most, in my opinion, suppressed assets out there. We go back to November of 2020, it was ranging around 80 cents. It is currently trading at about $1.07. Okay? If you guys know what XRP is capable of doing, if you guys know the end goal of XRP as well, you would understand that at these current prices, it's extremely undervalued. I'm not saying go ahead and buy it. I'm just saying we already know that it is undervalued. A lot of these utility grade tokens are actually undervalued. Algorand is doing incredible things, and they still will continue to do incredible things. If you guys don't know about Algorand, definitely watch my other videos on it. And we look at other assets, even like XLM. Stellar, I know a lot of people in the XRP community, hate on Stellar for what it is, but XLM is not coming for XRP's neck, right? This is more P2P driven based in the retail market. I've discussed that multiple times. I've done deep dives on it. XLM is a great asset, right? A lot of these assets, I always compare it almost like the cell phone industry. You guys remember when cell phones became a huge thing? You could have invested in, Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon. All of those companies, as cell phones got more and more adopted in, all of them thrived. So when we're talking about a lot of these utility grade assets, I think they all will do great things as soon as we get into a utility driven market, which in my opinion is around the 2022 to 2025 timeframe. I think that that's the sweet spot. But honestly, when we're talking about a lot of these assets, a lot of them haven't even really pumped yet. In fact, an asset that I've been telling you guys for a while now is actually starting to move in price. We see XDC is actually sitting around 14 cents. It's up about 12.5%. This is great to see. XDC is one of those undervalued gems, like I said, that's very underlooked, or overlooked, I should say. On the 7-day span, check out the current price that we bottomed out at, right? When we're talking about this nice bottom point, which I've been talking about this asset for a while, but we go back to the first, when I really first mentioned it. And, overall, when we're talking about these prices that it was ranging at, this was major support down at this point of about 12.5 cents, around there. And now, like I said, it's ranging at around 14 cents. XDC is a great asset. If you guys do like ISO 222 tokens, you'll love XDC. Definitely do some more research on it. It's a very undervalued and overlooked gem. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about Hbar. So, as you guys already know, with the Hbar Foundation, they're trying to focus on really kind of growing the ecosystem, allowing it to thrive. I've talked about this for a little bit of time. I think that this is great to see. They're truly marketing it now as well. I think the Hbar Foundation is going to do great things for Hbar itself and for the ecosystem, and I think that this is only the beginning in terms of innovation happening within the ecosystem of Hedera, and this all goes hand in hand with actually growing, the name Hedera as well. I think that this will allow a lot more growth to happen within the entire space for Hedera as well. Now, we do look at crypto adoption, and we look at what's happening overseas, right? We already know that the U.S. is pretty much attacking crypto, if you will. They want to make sure that they have their hand in it, whatever the case may be. We're going to be talking about that as well. But we do see that crypto transactions are surging 706% in Asia as institutional adoption grows, which we've been talking about this for a fairly long time in regards to XRP. We even see our institutional and large payments accounted for the highest percentage of transactions, offering further evidence of smart money adoption of cryptocurrency. We already knew that. When you look at XRP adoption happening around the world opposed to the US, it's actually comical to see that, and how diverse it is, right? The US is pretty much attacking it. We see, Japan and all these other places around the world adopting XRP. We even see, India being mentioned here because India has been adopting crypto for a fairly long time now. I understand that we hear a lot of the speculated news like India is going to ban crypto. We see, China wanting to ban crypto. That's never going to happen. Digital payments are here to stay. And don't take my word for it. Take, Bank of America's word for it. We do see here Bank of America's crypto research team has launched its first report. Digital assets are too big to ignore. Digital assets are transforming the way in which markets, businesses, and central banks operate. And guys, this is from Bank of America themselves. Check it out, right? Bank of America Global Research launches coverage of digital assets. They're even saying overall, digital assets represent a $2 trillion plus market value with 200 million plus users and have the potential to transform every industry by improving efficiency and reducing friction across transactions, which I've been saying for the longest time. Creating a new asset class. This is also the idea that when we're talking about Hbar, when we're talking about what Hbar is actually doing, when we talk about XRP and all these other assets and what they're trying to accomplish at the end of the game, this is transforming everything, right? We even see down here, Bitcoin is important, but the digital asset ecosystem is so much more. Our research aims to explore the implications across industries, including finance, technology, supply chain, social media, and gaming. It's going to outstretch to every single aspect of life. And I think that that's the biggest problem where a lot of people kind of get confused. They're like, how big could digital payments actually be? It's just, it's just another form of money. So it's not going to do anything for anybody really. But that's the problem, right? People aren't looking at the actual end game, where pretty much crypto will be spread out to everyday use cases. Every way that you will transact or go about your day will be utilizing one sort of cryptocurrency or digital asset. We even see here the primer provides an investment framework for the digital asset landscape, looking through a variety of lenses: tokens that act like operating systems, applications powered by smart contracts, stablecoins pegged to fiat currencies, central bank digital currencies that could replace money, and non-fungible tokens that connect creators and fans in a digital way. And I think it is also very good to mention that when we're talking about digitization and tokenization, that actually hasn't even hit a high point of adoption. Once we get to the point where digitization and tokenization is the end game point, I think that that is where we will see a massive influx of a lot of adoption happening within utility grade assets. And I think that that will spark the flame that lights up this entire market into a utility driven market. Now, we do see here that first off, Bank of America has already partnered with XRP, just so you guys know. But when we're looking at the overall facts here, the company provides unmatched convenience in the United States, serving approximately 66 million consumer and small business clients with approximately 4,300 retail financial centers, approximately 17,000 ATMs, and an award-winning digital banking with approximately 41 million active users, including approximately 32 million mobile users. This is a massive bank. This is also pretty much one of the biggest bank names out there, and they are recognizing digital currencies and digital assets for what they are, right? This is the future. I've been telling you guys about this for a fairly long time. And here we are in the US, okay, where Gary Gensler is refusing to admit Bitcoin and Ethereum are non-securities despite previous statements made by the SEC. It's simple. He and the SEC want to shut down most of crypto. Watch how he approves a Bitcoin futures ETF, but refuses to approve a Bitcoin spot ETF. It's all about the banks. And this is exactly what it is, right? So I've been talking to you guys about this SEC case with the XRP and all that kind of stuff, right? We go all the way back and we talk about how they want to save banks, right? That's the end game, right? They want to make sure that banks are still thriving in the United States because that's their bread and butter, right? That's how they make the most amount of money. Think about it, right? They're giving you 0.00 like 1%. I think you might actually just get 1% overall, right? At most banks at least. So you get this 1%, and that 1% accounts to pretty much nothing. We heard Gary Gensler saying you should be saving $5, a day for the rest of your life because by the time that you're 60, you have $130,000. Like, come on. $130,000 is getting you nowhere, especially with inflation rates and all that kind of stuff. But we go all the way back to why they want to save banks. Well, banks, like I said, control all the money. It's the same way as like putting your money on an exchange, right? In crypto, that exchange essentially owns your crypto. They own your crypto. It's not your keys. It's not your assets, right? So when we're talking about banks controlling the money, they're basically the ones that actually hold your money. It's not your money, it's theirs essentially, but also the fact that when banks are controlling your money, they could also spend your money without you really kind of realizing it. For example, anything that a bank invests in, anything that a bank partners with, your money is essentially connected to. So if you see a bank, say for so you're holding, I don't know, $100,000 in this bank, and that bank is investing in to some idiotic company or something like that, essentially your money's connected to that. Of course, you have the potential to pull it out, whatever the case may be, but it's all inefficient, right? Even like my local bank, if I was to go up there and say, hey, can I get $100,000? It would take so much time to actually get that out, unless you ordered it, of course, to be delivered to your house or something like that. Then it would take a little bit less time. But we know that banks are extremely inefficient. We know that banks are no longer going to be the future of finance. We talk, Bank of America has already seen that in regards to non-fungible tokens and also even, just the overall idea of digitization of finance. We're talking about CBDCs replacing money. They even said it themselves. Digital currencies could replace money, and that is the end goal here. That's what we want to see. But again, we have these individuals that, first off, should not even be talking about crypto, that don't even understand crypto, and they are essentially trying to stomp out innovation in the US to save face for banks that are inefficient, that just control your money in idiotic ways, and overall are not providing you any value. We've seen them try. This has been going on forever with them trying to shut down the Coinbase lending or the funding lend, right? The whole idea of earning 4% on your USDC. Okay, that was the big problem because they don't want you earning more yield than what you earn in a bank. But the problem is that banks should be more efficient and provide a lot more value to their customers. I mean, we are loyal customers, so they should provide us more value. How could a crypto exchange provide us more value than a bank? I mean, come on, think about that. So overall, I think banks are a thing of the past, and I think that when we're talking about digital assets, they are too large to ignore. This is the future of finance. This is the future of all of these major markets. We're talking about massive ways of life. This is going to innovate our entire daily life. Now, of course, we go all the way back to this as well. The Federal Reserve announcing reserve banks will be adopting ISO 222 as their new messaging format. In case you forgot which assets are ISO 222 compliant, XRP, XDC, XLM, IOTA, ALGO. A lot of these assets are incredible assets to hold. And like I said, XLM is nothing to ignore. XDC, nothing to ignore. IOTA, XRP, ALGO, all of these massive assets. I've talked about QNT and how QNT pretty much bridges all of these together in an interoperable way. QNT is doing incredible things in regards to, building a distributed ledger network, so you guys know. So I would definitely look at QNT as well, all because it's not an ISO 222 token. Definitely look into it. Same with Hbar. Hbar is not an ISO 222 token, but it is doing incredible things in the Web 3.0 scene. And as you guys already know from my earlier videos, $140 trillion market cap for the Web 3.0 space coming soon. So when we're talking about all of these and when we're talking about all of these massive projects, you want to hold ISO 222 tokens because a lot of these are going to really kind of connect and drive the future of all finance and all of these massive markets. And XRP, XLM, XDC, ALGO, IOTA, all of these huge assets are going to play such a massive role in regards to price appreciation as well. So when we talk about XRP, we talk about some major price targets. We talk about major price targets for XLM, XDC, ALGO. We are extremely early within the space of pretty much the entire future of banking and finance. So overall, to kind of wrap this up, listen. I've talked to you guys about so many utility grade assets in this space. I've talked to you guys about how this space will be different as we do march forward on in time. It's not different just yet. This year's not different. Like I said, I think that we're still following the 4-year cycle. I will not change my mind on that. But you want to be in utility grade assets. Why? Very simple. They are the future. So, with that being said, to wrap this up, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys don't want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. If you guys do want paid content, you guys could definitely check out my website where I give you guys my exit strategies, all that kind of stuff. It's NCashOfficial.com. But with that being said, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, or if you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.